Today, we're going to dive into one of the oldest and, let's be honest, one of the most delicious treats in the world, the fig. You probably think you know all about it, right? Well, this little guy is hiding a pretty mind-blowing secret.
What if I told you that this sweet, chewy, wonderful thing isn't actually a fruit at all? Yeah, I know, it sounds completely wild, but trust me on this one, you're gonna want to stick around because the truth is way more fascinating than you can even imagine.
Look, I promise we will get back to that big reveal, but before we blow your mind with botany, let's talk about why you should be eating these anyway. Let's get into the incredible superpowers packed inside.
When it comes to health, figs really stand out. I like to think of their benefits as 4 main pillars. 4 fantastic reasons to make them a regular part of your diet.
So what are these superpowers we're talking about? Well, for starters, figs are a natural energy bomb. They're an amazing helper for your gut, a guardian for your heart, and, believe it or not, a powerful elixir for building strong bones. Let's break all of that down. You know that 3 p.m. feeling when you just hit a wall? Instead of grabbing a candy bar or some processed snack, reach for a fig. They're loaded with natural sugars that give you a really quick energy boost, but without that awful crash you get later. Seriously, they're the perfect pre-workout snack or midday pick-me-up.
Okay, let's talk about digestion. This might not be glamorous, but it's so important. If you ever deal with bloating or things just aren't, moving along as they should, figs can be your best friend. They are absolutely packed with dietary fiber that basically acts like a gentle cleanser for your system, keeping everything running smoothly.
And what about your heart? Well, figs have you covered there too. They are loaded with potassium, which is a super important mineral for helping to regulate your blood pressure. Keeping that in check is one of the best things you can do for your long-term cardiovascular health. Your heart will be grateful.
Now this one might surprise you. When we think of calcium, we usually think of milk and cheese, right? Well, figs are an incredible plant-based source of calcium. So whether you're dairy-free or just looking to up your intake, they are fantastic for keeping your bones and teeth strong and healthy.
So fresh figs are amazing, but their season is so short. The good news is we have dried figs all year round, and they aren't just a backup plan. Oh no, they are a concentrated powerhouse of nutrition. So what happens when you dry a fig? Well, everything gets concentrated. Dried figs do have more calories, sure, but they also have way more calcium and iron than fresh ones. And the fiber content goes through the roof, which makes them an absolute super ally for your digestive system.
Speaking of dried figs, I have to share this incredible ancient recipe from the Mediterranean. It combines dried figs with another health superstar, olive oil. It's so simple and people have sworn by it for centuries as a true health elixir.
And you won't believe how easy this is. All you need are 3 things: about 40 high-quality dried figs, some really good extra virgin olive oil, and a clean glass jar with a lid. That's literally it.
And the instructions are just as simple. You just pop the figs into the jar, pour that lovely olive oil all over them until they're completely covered, and then seal it up tight. The real secret here is patience. You need to let it sit in a cool, dark place and just let the magic happen. And how long do you wait? Well, there's a magic number here, and it's 40. The tradition says you let this mixture infuse for 40 days. Then you eat one of these infused figs every single morning on an empty stomach for the next 40 days. It's supposed to do wonders for your immunity and digestion.
Okay, we've talked about all the amazing things figs can do for your body, but I didn't forget the promise I made at the beginning. It is finally time to circle back and reveal the fig's biggest, most surprising secret. So let's ask it again. If a fig isn't a fruit, then what on earth is it? Get ready for this because it's pretty wild.
So, botanically speaking, a fig is what's called a syconium. That's a very fancy word for something truly bizarre. It's an inverted flower. The fleshy part we love to eat is actually a hollow stem. And all those tiny crunchy things inside, those aren't seeds. They're hundreds and hundreds of tiny individual flowers.
And here's where it gets even crazier. Since the flowers are on the inside, they can't get pollinated by the wind or a bee just stopping by. Nope. They need a very special partner, the fig wasp. A female wasp has to crawl inside the fig to lay her eggs, and in doing so, she pollinates all those tiny flowers. It is one of the most incredible and weird partnerships in all of nature. Now, before you start freaking out and swearing off figs for life, let me give you the good news. The types of figs you buy at the grocery store are almost all parthenocarpic. That just means they've been bred to ripen without any pollination at all. So you can rest easy. Your figs are 100% wasp-free.
So, when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway? The fig isn't just some sweet thing to eat. It is a biological marvel, a nutritional powerhouse, and honestly, just a really cool story.
So, in the end, figs really are kind of magical. And yeah, let's just call them a fruit. It's easier. Whether you're lucky enough to get them fresh, you enjoy them dried, or you try that amazing olive oil elixir, they are just a fantastic thing to add to your diet.
So the next time you bite into a fig, just remember, you're not just eating a fruit, you're eating an entire hidden garden of flowers. Now that you know the secret, are you ever going to look at a fig the same way again?
If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with a friend who might need it, and subscribe to HealthPulse Hub for more simple health tips.